Alrighty, folks, welcome back to Addison Speed. Today I'm going to be discussing the crazy new topic of The Walking Dead and Magic the Gathering. A lot of problems with this topic, so I'm kind of trying to be devil's advocate because a lot of people are very upset and angry about this. I'm kind of trying to talk about the good sides of this and why I think people are overreacting a little bit about this. Feel free to thumbs down 40 times. Nice even number. It's really hard to see in the video. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Um, and leave nasty comments down below. Or you can be nice. I like nice. Yeah, I know. I'm really weird. Don't worry about it. Everyone knows. I know too. It's me. That being said, though, there is some Destiny 2 gameplay going on in the background. So, if you guys don't like the gameplay, I can always put something else in the background in a later video. If you guys are interested in seeing any Destiny 2 videos or content on that, just let me know. I could definitely start whipping up some stuff. I really like the game. It's a fantastic game. Full disclosure, this is a talking head video, so feel free to tab out if you guys don't want to watch the entirety of the video. There's nothing really going to be important on screen, so you can do whatever on your monitors while you're watching this. Excuse me. It's not really going to matter too much what you see on screen. Um, Mainly just what we're talking about. Um, I would like some really solid discussion in the comments down below, though. So if you guys feel any differently than me, feel free to let me know down in the comments. Try and keep them civil though, and we can have a serious discussion about this stuff. I mean, it's a serious topic. This game's a fantastic game, and it's changing. That being said, let's hop into it. Um, so recently, Wizards had announced that they are creating a Walking Dead Secret Lair, and as we know, secret lairs are typically anywhere between $29.99 to $60 a piece for a regular secret lair, and you only get a couple cards with them, but they're typically really premium foil cards or custom arts of things that you normally can't get anywhere else, which is really cool, and it's shipped directly to you from Wizards of the Coast. Um, however, with the Walking Dead announcement, they are mechanically unique, so they are cards that have never been printed in any way, shape, or form before. This is the first time they've ever been made, and their effects are unique to these cards. So is the art, so is the names. They are brand new cards exclusively sold in a secret layer. You have an entire week to purchase these as compared to the last secret layers where you only had a single 24-hour period. So you have a long time. Even the most indecisive people can purchase this product. And assuming prices stay similar, they're going to be $29.99 or $39.99, so $30 or $40, which is really not terrible for unique magic cards, especially since typically unique magic cards cost a lot more. And it's a price range where pretty much anyone can buy this. If a kid likes to play, he can ask his parents for an early allowance. Or he can go mow some lawns or shovel some snow or whatever you end up doing in whatever part of the world you're in to purchase these products. So, I mean, they're very accessible to just about everyone. A lot of people will say, oh, well, we don't have $30 or $40 to purchase this product. Okay, well, why are you playing Magic at all? Like, that's like the entry fee to some tournaments. That's like, what is it? It's like $30 or $40 for a fat pack of 10 packs. Like if you're playing this game in any reasonable way, you're spending at least that much to play the game at all. And that's just starting. That's just like buying some cards to start building a deck. So like it's really not even that big of a cost for several really good cards that you can use. Um, but let's put that aside for later. The fact of the matter is that Wizards did make a promise saying they would never print mechanically unique cards in a limited way again, which they did before with Nexus of Fate being a buy a box promo. Nexus of Fate was a blue card that allows you to take an extra turn, and it was viable and usable in Standard, which threw people in an absolute tizzy. Um, because it was extremely good, heavily used, and extremely expensive because it was really hard to get. Being only a buy a box promo, you had to either buy it from someone else or pay $100 to buy a box to get one in a format where you needed four of to play the card properly. So unfortunately, it was kind of really like a douche move, I guess you could say, by Wizards to do that. And I get it. It was, but at the same time, if you like the game enough to play that deck, then buy the cards. I mean, save up some money. even if it's just a little bit here or there to purchase the cards that you want to play. So I mean, it's still very open, even at expensive prices, for people to do what they want to do in this game. So anyway, Wizards broke their promise to not do that again by printing unique cards in a secret layer, which is a limited way to purchase these cards. Um, Now it's wrong what they did. They did break a promise to the people, so that's a very bad PR move. Um, Unfortunately, though, this product will sell very, very well because it's a Walking Dead product. At the end of the day, this is a Walking Dead product, a product that is very popular to thousands upon thousands of people because The Walking Dead is humongous. Even if they don't like Magic the Gathering, they will buy this product. And to be quite honest, I think that's a fantastic thing because people purchasing this product who don't play Magic the Gathering might end up playing Magic the Gathering. This is a way for the formats that we love to grow, more people to join them. New blood means new ideas, which means new different ways to play the game. And I think it's a great way to grow our growing community even more by allowing people who don't like Magic the Gathering but like these other things to possibly have an inkling to even play it at all by seeing these cool crossover cards. And I think it'll only expand the community more as more crossovers happen. Like, imagine if they created a Star Wars crossover. I think that'd be awesome. I think that'd be absolutely fantastic. And that would be accessing a humongous pool of potential players who might actually start playing the game just because they really like this memorabilia and they decide to purchase it because they have the opportunity to. Like, it just scrolls across their feed on Reddit one day saying Star Wars Secret Lair, and they're like, Star Wars? You've got to be absolutely flipping me. No way. And they purchase it. And then one of their buddies is like, hey, why don't we try and play this game, this Mujik the Guthering? And they're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's build Star Wars decks. You build Sith, I build Jedi. And then all of a sudden, they're into the game. And they start playing tabletop, just, kitchen table magic. And they start really liking it. And then maybe they move on to Commander because that's the next most free format to do what you want with. And then like, well, why don't we try other things? And they keep playing. I think it's a really positive thing. It's going to grow the community a massive amount. And I think that is the biggest positive to them doing these crossover things with unique cards like this. Like, yeah, it's unfortunate they're unique. It's unfortunate they're behind a paywall, but the entire game is behind a paywall. So that kind of leads me, speaking of paywalls, into my next topic about Wizards of the Coast and what they're doing. You got to remember, they're a company. This is business to them. Like, their goal is to make you happy, but their primary goal before that is to make money. Because when you're in a business and you're selling products, your goal primarily isn't the customer, it's the product. Your goal is to make money. You're in the business of making money. You're not in the business of making people happy all the time because that's one of the things they teach you when you're first trying to get an MBA or just a BBA, a bachelor's in business administration or whatever. That's one of the first things you learn is that you're in the business of making money. The customer's not always going to be right and you're not always going to make everyone happy. But if it sells well enough and there's no legal problems behind it, what's the problem? So, like, they're going to keep doing this no matter what anyone says, even if they upset 12,000 of the 11 million people who play this game. That's really a small percentage of people who are going to be upset. So, they're going to keep doing it. Now, I'm not saying that it's right to keep doing it, to keep alienating a large part of their player base, but at the same time, before you go posting random videos on the internet or random posts, like, random videos, I should say, like this one right here, that I'm posting right now. Yeah, anyway, before you go and do that and start stressing people out about a game, it's just a game for one. And if you don't want it or don't like it, don't purchase it. The biggest thing that speaks with companies isn't your opinion online, it's what they're getting in money. Vote with your wallet. Now, I've seen quite a few posts on this already. Vote with your wallet. It's serious. It's real. If you don't like it, don't buy it. If they see a decline in people purchasing a product, they will stop making that product. Why do you think that they stopped making corsets for so long? It's because the product stopped selling as well. It didn't do as well. People didn't like it. It wasn't as substantial a product as the rest of the things they sold. So they stopped selling it. They took a break from it and now it's back and now it's selling better than ever because they've started making good corsets. Shocking idea right there, right? And people like it. But that's the thing is they had to completely rethink the idea, so they backed off from it and stopped selling it because it wasn't doing well. The Masters product was pissing a lot of people off for quite a while because, oh my God, they're reprinting everything. Oh, everything's going to nothing. Magic's dying. Da 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 da. Like people were really upset about this. And so because it was destroying the secondary market, they decided to stop for a while. But the problem is those Masters products are making the game more accessible. And once people realized that, well, the tune started to change a little bit. So they went back to it. It's all about where the money is at. If people want something enough and there's money to be had and there's money on the table, they will make that product, which is what happened with The Walking Dead. They had at some point purchased or made an agreement to use that IP, the Walking Dead IP, um, in Magic the Gathering in some way, shape, or form. And so they finally cashed in and did that. And now they're accessing a huge community of people who will buy this product, enjoy this product, and be happy. And I think a lot of Magic the Gathering players will enjoy it too. And it's going to sell well, period. Um, Now, my other problem I'm having is that a lot of people are really upset with this, so they're calling for bans in formats. And I think that's wrong. I think that's just blatantly wrong. I think you're wrong for wanting to ban this product immediately. They're not broken. They're not going to be super competitive. Negan might be competitive at best, but like not even tier 1. He's Mardu. He's red, white, black. Now, those are decent colors, but like they're not the greatest colors. They can't just outright win the game like blue black can, for example, with Fast Oracle and Demonic Consultation. They can't just win the game. What they can do is be really hateful colors, which is kind of what he does. He'll be a great sacrifice commander. He'll be really strong, but I don't think he will be anywhere near super competitive. So I don't think there's anything to worry about. They're not going to be game breaking. They might break Legacy or Vintage, but this guy doesn't care that much about those formats because I'm the Commander guy. I play Commander exclusively. I don't really play Legacy or Vintage. Rarely will I talk about those either. So whenever I'm making a video, by the way, it's typically exclusively related to Commander. That being said, there was a petition on Reddit. About 12,000 people had signed the position. Sign this petition. There we go. I'm sorry, English is hard sometimes, apparently. Um, to get these cards banned in Commander immediately. And I think that's wrong because, yeah, these 12,000 people think that's right, but so many other people would be missing out because you guys are angry, because you guys think this product shouldn't have been made in the first place. But yet, if it gets banned, that means that people like me and all the other people who like these cards won't be able to play these cards in Commander if we're trying to follow the ban list. Yeah, maybe our play group can say, "Oh, well, we'll make this exception once," and then you ruin the entire game because you start making more exceptions and more exceptions and more exceptions, and you start using Shahrazad and Balance and cards like that. And I think that would ruin it. So most people will just say the ban list is the ban list, the ban list. That's it. It's done. Can't use those cards. And that's unfortunate because it locks so many people out of using what could potentially be really awesome commanders or even just awesome cards in commander decks. So I think a lot of people are really missing out on that. And to be honest, just because you don't like the product, you're going to try and get it banned in a format to ruin everyone else's fun? Are you like some type of sick sadist? Like, that's just wrong. And yeah, I'm totally calling out the people who are against this product because of that, because you're trying to ruin people's fun on purpose. Isn't that like the entirety of things you go against? That's why you want this product not to be made in the first place? Because you think it's ruining the integrity of the game. But realistically, what ruins the integrity more is trying to ban cards preemptively that have no reason to be banned. I just think that's wrong. So, mull that over. That being said, I think Magic is in a fine place. I think that people are being dramatic, overly so, like they always are. I think Magic's doing fine. I think the reserve list is doing fine. I think the game is in a fine place. It'll be around for another 25 years, just like it has been. Speaking of that, that's another thing. The game has been around for over 25 years. Let's say they're running out of ideas. They have to start doing crossover stuff eventually. It can't be the same stale stuff forever. They have to start splitting off in other things. They're going to run out of ideas. It keeps the game fresh. Keep that in mind, people. Your game is still fresh because they keep trying to make new ideas by doing crossovers like Godzilla stuff or Walking Dead stuff to keep the game alive because they're still making money and because you're still buying it. So, game's been around a long time. It can't stay the same forever. Change has to happen. I know that's a scary word. Change is scary, but change is necessary and it's keeping the game alive and healthy. Yeah, it's going in a different route than it ever has been before, but it's still alive, healthy, and kicking and has more players than ever. I think that's healthy. I think that's good, and I think that's a great business. It's working. But before you guys go posting any super negative things all over the internet, keep in mind that these things are negatively affecting people. This is actually stressing me out seeing how many negative posts about The Walking Dead. It's all over my YouTube feed, it's all over my Reddit feed, and I'm blatantly sick and tired of it. I don't want to see anything more about it. I don't want to hear anything more about it because I think the product's good. I'm going to purchase two, one to open and one to keep. I have a friend who's going to purchase two to do the same thing, and I have another one who's going to buy it just to use it. People like the product. It's a good product. If you don't like it, vote with your wallets and don't buy it. But otherwise, we don't have to see it on every single post, on every single subreddit on the internet. Thank you. This has been my TED Talk.